What if time could be stored and reused? Imagine if we had the ability to save precious moments, pause them, and use them whenever we wanted. How would it change our lives? Today, we're diving deep into this mind-bending idea. So, let's get started. First, let's break down what it means to store time. Imagine a world where you have a device, maybe like a watch, that lets you save time. Let's say you're waiting in a long line or sitting in traffic. You could just bank that wasted time and use it later when you need it the most. This wouldn't just be a sci-fi dream, but a way to take back all those seconds, minutes, and hours we lose every day. Time, the one thing we can't buy or rewind, would now be under our control. Let's imagine how this might actually work. We need a time bank, a system where all the saved hours and minutes go. In this system, every person could deposit time whenever they're in a low-energy, wasted moment. And when they're ready, they could withdraw it. Need an extra hour to finish that big project? Withdraw it. Want an extra hour of sleep on a tough morning? Withdraw it. With a time bank, we'd have the ability to manipulate our schedules and extend our days in a way that feels almost magical. Now, what if time became a currency? Think about it. People could trade time just like we do with money. Maybe you want an extra hour on the weekend, but your friend has some stored up time they don't need. You could simply exchange it. In this world, time would hold real monetary value. People might even work jobs just to earn extra time, literally exchanging hours of their lives for more hours. Wealth could mean having years saved up, not just money in a bank. But there's a darker side. Imagine a world where time poverty becomes a real issue. The wealthy could afford to buy and store massive amounts of time, extending their lives by years or even decades. But those who can't afford to save time would age normally, creating an enormous gap between the time-rich and the time-poor. This could lead to social divides like we've never seen. People might feel that their lives are worth less just because they don't have enough stored time. Imagine being able to see the exact years of life someone has left, an unsettling way to measure inequality. Beyond individuals, the impact on society and the world could be dramatic. If everyone could store and reuse time, we'd likely see a shift in how people live. Cities could be busy around the clock, with people borrowing time to work extra long shifts, creating around-the-clock activity. This continuous cycle could put a huge strain on the environment, with resources consumed at an unprecedented rate. Pollution and waste would likely increase as people lived busier, longer lives, affecting not only the environment, but our quality of life as well. If time could be stored, who would control it? Governments might step in to regulate or tax time deposits, adding rules on how much you could store or use. It could even become illegal to transfer time freely. Imagine a government that can seize your time or restrict your access to your own time bank. This could lead to heated debates over personal freedoms and the right to one's own time. At the heart of it all is a profound ethical question. If time can be stored, reused, and even traded, what does life itself become? Would our experiences and moments mean less if we knew we could just add or subtract time? And how would it change our relationships, knowing that every moment isn't necessarily unique? Maybe life's value comes from knowing our time is limited, that each moment is fleeting. If time becomes something we can store and reuse, perhaps we'd lose the urgency that makes life so meaningful. So, what would you do if you could store and reuse time? Would you live differently? Or would you appreciate each moment even more? Would you save time for a rainy day, or use it all up to make every day extraordinary? Let us know in the comments how you'd use your time if it could be stored and reused. Thanks for watching, and remember, time is precious whether we can store it or not. Make every second count.